How do you like Le Circuit de Saint-Julie so far? It's time for the big boys, MX1, Moto1.
Okay, Galdi, before we get into that first MX1 moto, I want to talk to you about your MX2 moto. You look great out there at the start. Very impressive to see out in that 107.
Yeah, that bike they gave me is unbelievable. You know, I got a little bit of size, I like to call it, I suppose, on some of the other guys, but I'm an idiot. I just love the sport, I love racing, and that was just way too much fun. I can't even wait till Moto2 here, and I think I ended up 14th, so a little bit behind what I would have liked, but still fun to be out riding.
Now, the thing is that there's a huge pool going around here in the pits about where you're going to finish. So $2 to get in, you get first moto score, second moto score. So someone right now picked you for 14th. There's about $250 in there.
Yeah, it's a big pot, and you know what? That's just cool. It shows people are interested in what's going on, and you know they care about what I'm doing or whatever. And I'm just here to have some fun. The leading edge guys hooked me up, and you know the guys that helped me support me before with the Yamaha machine and Shift kind of took a break, and leading edge and Thor stepped in to help this up, and that was a lot of fun. I can't wait for Moto2.
Okay, let's get into that MX1 moto. Of course, huge changes off the top with Colton Fasciotti going down early in the moto and did not finish. So that's going to play havoc in the MX1 championship. Ryan Millar with the whole shot, then he started to fall back. We had some great battles in that back package, though.
Yeah, there was amazing battles going on. Dusty Klatt, unbelievable. He won by a minute, I think, in that race. It was like 06 Dusty right there. He didn't know what was going on, but that first stop right there, seeing Cole go down, it was a bit scary. We got to see him move. I was calling the live radio, so he moved, and he got on his bike, and he actually went back to the pits. So hopefully he'll be ready for Moto2. But behind that, you saw Adams and Keese come from dead last to 8th and 10th. Jenneru was in there getting, Adams got 9th and Jenneru got 10th, and then some amazing battles. Demuth was unbelievable. He came from like 20th to 3rd spot, crashed last week, knocked himself out. He's back in the mix. Like the points right now, this is wide open championship again. With Colton doing that, it's a shame, but that is part of our sport. But that happening is just locked up. The top 3 guys now are within 10 points of each other for this #1 place.
Again, Canary all by himself in 2nd place. He looked great doing it. Demuth had to battle his way into 3rd place. How about Mike Brown out there? Made some good passes early and then fell back a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if Mike Brown was on my training program this week or what. I don't know, but he didn't look like the same guy that we thought was going to show up. But it's amazing to see, and I think that 350 did struggle a little bit. Like he got a bad start, and he wasn't able to pass some guys that he's way better than because they were just able to get on the gas. But good to see that KTM out there. That is a future bike, and it's going to be doing good things like that. And but Liam O'Farrell, 6th position, great ride for him. Nemeth coming from way back for 7th. But I'd say the ride of the moto right there had to go to Josh Demuth. Mason Phillips also put on a great ride, and Freddie Carley 4 and 5. So, but Demuth put on a great ride, and Colton Fasciotti, we'll see you in Moto2 because I know you're going to be ready. But Dusty Klatt, buddy, that was amazing to watch.
MX Performance, Canada's motocross magazine. MXP is loaded with page after page of spectacular photos and in-depth coverage of the world of motocross, both on and off the track. Whether it's at the races or behind the scenes, MXP captures the pulse of the most exciting sport on the planet. So don't be left in the roost. Subscribe now to MX Performance magazine, Canada's #1 motocross publication.
Coming up next, MX2, Moto2.
Okay, Brian, let's get right into MX2 Moto2. Really, actually one of the most interesting motos of the season so far because, let's face it, Kawasaki didn't get the whole shot to start, so that's interesting enough as it was. And we had a new winner, which we'll get to Kevin Benoit winning that moto later on in our talk. What did you see out there that was interesting? Because I think the Tyler Medaglia malfunction with the motor is probably the biggest story in that moto.
Oh, for sure, and his bike came to a stop right in front of us here at the monster finish line, and the motor locked up solid. He tried to kick it, and the Kickstarter wouldn't move at all. I want to get back to the whole shot, Travers. Jared Allison slid through with both wheels to edge out that Spencer Knowles Kawasaki, so it took 12 motos for that freight train of hole shots to get upset. Yeah. So, and Jared Allison did it in fine style, completely adrift and out of control. Went by the line, and then Knowles took first, but Allison did take the hole shot. So it was pretty cool. Knowles really consistent off the start. I think he's got to kind of work a little bit on his head game and his end game, the end game being where he finishes at the end of the moto. So he kind of worked his way back, and he got a bit of a surge surge in the middle of the moto and kind of leaped back towards the front, and I think 5th place was him.
Teddy Mayer was looking good early, getting into 2nd place, and I thought he might have a chance to get into the lead, but let's talk about the number 27, Kevin Benoit. He's at his home track, or his home race in terms of being in Quebec. The crowd was going crazy, and he rode a very mature race, holding off Mayer at the end there. I was very proud to see him take that win.
Did you hear the surge from the grandstands every time the 27 bike came around? Even though we were doing the radio show with our headsets on, we just heard the crowd screaming, and Teddy Mayer would get him up to a 2nd, and then Benoit would pull it out a couple. So they stayed about a 2nd apart for probably the last 4 laps. But Benoit really came into his own. He rode mature, he rode smart. He went 2-1 for 1st overall. So that was a huge race for Teddy Mayer for 1st overall. That's a lot of bonus money, there's a lot of points, and there's a lot of pride. You know Teddy Mayer hates to lose. Teddy Mayer tried everything in his playbook to better Kevin Benoit. Kevin Benoit, a lot of laps here on this Quebec track. Being at home, and this crowd, I think, gave him a couple more horsepower, but he really rode mature, like you said, real steady, had great lines. It looked like he was just having a lot of fun out there, and the pressure from Teddy Mayer did not get to. So for him to be able to stay upright, ride the way he did, and win that moto and the overall, it was amazing.
A couple good battles with some KTMs in the back there. I like the fact that Nye again didn't get a great start, but man, did he battle back hard. McGlynn went down once, and then he battled back into the mix, so some interesting battles away from that lead pack.
Well, Nye actually dropped it too and had to get back up. A terrible start for Jeremy Medaglia. He come around just covered in dirt. He earned every inch for 7th place in that moto. So a great ride for him, but not where he wanted to be in terms of points and positioning on the racetrack. He's a little better than that. So guys struggling with starts, I think, and you know, if you don't get a great start, this class is so stacked with talent. Yeah. And you know, we talk about it all the time, Travs. You miss a shift, you're past. Parker Allison was in there, McGlynn was in there. There was so much going on in that moto. A lot of the talent rose to the top, and I think that's why our boy Galdi, he faded back. I think he finished around 15, 16.
Well, as a matter of fact, we were just talking about the Golden Goose, 14-14 today.
Oh, was that
and we were talking about the pool earlier on today. Nobody picked those moto scores. So the money that was...
I picked 11-14.
The money that was raised for that pool is going to go to the Injured Rider Fund. I think that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
So hats off to Galdi for finishing 14-14. But the real kudos has to go to number 27, Kevin Benoit, first moto win of his career. Here they go with the chance. Kevin Benoit, first moto win of his season, taking it on home soil. The crowd was going crazy out there. Kevin, what a spectacular race. You held off Teddy Mayer at the end there. You must be just feeling on top of the world, my friend.
Yeah, I am. It was an awesome race, and I stayed focused, and it was maybe the best race of my life so far.
Well, that's all I can say. It's about damn time. This looks like the happiest trio I've ever seen. Finally, we have an Allison on the podium. Congratulations, my friend. 3rd place, 2nd MX2 moto was a beauty.
Oh, I'm so pumped. I mean, it's an honor to be up here. I grabbed the whole shot. I killed the streak from the leading edge boys. And I kind of got a gift from Tyler Medaglia there. I don't know what happened to him, but man, I'm just so pumped to be up here.